So I see you, Sam. Thank you all for coming out. It was pretty short. I didn't know. Somebody asked me, "Where my man at?" I did a little interview, and he asked me. There he is. He asked me, "What did I think would happen?" And I said, "I don't know." My idea is always, if they could take it, the fight would go as long as it lasts, whatever. But he couldn't take those body shots. I think that was something we worked on before we walked out the locker room. I talked to him about it. I said, we're going to work the middle. And the shot got in. I mean, that's always the shot that always works. Anybody's working with, he's sparring with, no matter how big, how small, when he hits them right there, they kind of all back up. Not fall out like he did, but they back up, and it was pretty good. Any questions?
Derek, were you surprised with anything that Ocampo brought? It seemed as if he was willing to engage early on with Spence. Were you surprised just with anything that he shown?
Well, he said he was going to do that. He said, I'm going to counterpunch, and that's what he did. I mean, he obviously was a man of his word. He did exactly what he said. I think that a lot of times when you use your offense, you're open for some sort of defense, and that's what happened. He didn't cover up the middle shots. That's where he got caught at.
When we spoke with you on Thursday, you mentioned that whenever you watch film or when you watch fights with Errol, if you notice something, in his arsenal that you need to work on, you'll address it in the next training camp. Was there anything in particular you've seen with Errol in this? I mean, the fight ended early, so there was really not enough to see because he was in there and he was, giving it his all.
Well, no, I mean, I saw something I could probably do. I mean, we always strive for perfection, and I mean, it's hard to find that. So, I mean, as long as you keep striving for perfection, you'll always be working on something. So regardless if it was a good fight, no matter how fast it was, you always still, I believe, that you have to continue to find something wrong, something to make it better, something to get better. All right, Dan.
Hey, Derek.
Hey, Dan.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Errol's talked a lot about wanting a unification fight. He says he wants this guy, that guy, the other guy. If you were to advise him or be asked your opinion of what the next fight would be for Errol, which of those bigger names would you want to have him in the ring with?
Hey, I guess I would have to go with the winner of Porter and Garcia because of the business deal that we all have together. But I really want what he wants. I mean, I say that all the time. I don't try to interject and put my personal feelings in it because I'm just a trainer. But if I were to have it, it would be one of those guys. And then if we could get the other guy on the other side of the street we can all come together and play in a playground together. Right. Oh, yeah, Terrence Crawford, yeah.
So the other question I have for you is most times trainers, the fight happens, whether they win or lose, they go back, they break down the tape, they find certain things that they can use to harp on with the next training camp to improve on or do better the next time. The fight lasted 3 minutes. It seemed to me like there was one good shot from Errol and nothing else. I mean, what could you take out of that 3 minutes that you could possibly go to Errol with and say, we need to work on that? Is there anything you saw that was a problem? Because
it happened in 3 minutes, that means it was 2 minutes and 59 seconds to make a mistake. So I got to go back and look at it, and hopefully, I want to find something. You know what I mean? Because, you always want something to build on, to grow on. His conditioning was great. His fitness was great. And but the guy tried to mix it up, which he said he was going to do that. So you take this idea. They said, well, somebody asked him, which I think it was him, asked him to say, like, what do you think that you bring to the table that you could do? And he said he's going to do a lot of counterpunching, which he did. And his timing was a little off, but it would have been a little successful had Errol not had really good defense.
With your naked eye in the 3 minutes, did you see anything that you saw that you would want to work on?
I got to go look at it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
How special was it that, in addition to your community came out, the Dallas Cowboys came out, people drove in from Tulsa, Oklahoma, St. Louis. I heard someone say they drove 6 hours from Memphis.
Right.
And he's a hometown, basically, hero. How do you respond to the response that Errol Spence has had throughout this southwestern region?
I think there's no words for it when you think about it. I mean, because I met guys from New York here, people from California, from Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Missouri, and I think I met the people you're talking about that drove from Memphis. I mean, so I think it's amazing that there really are no words to express the gratitude and how amazing it is to have people believe in you. or you know what I'm saying. That's me. Shit. So yeah, but hey man, I don't even know who it was, man.
You about to be a meme.
No. But no. So I think that it's amazing, and we want that type of reception. I mean, that's the type of reception you get to becoming a superstar, where people actually drive and spend their own money to come to the fights, and not just only local people. That's a lot of love, and I see a lot of love in my man from he came from Slidell, Louisiana. And my man, people come from my man from LA, people from all over, Dan from LA, I mean, people from all over. So it's very special to have that, and it's good.
And to level up, it was a first round knockout. And I saw 13,000 people celebrate the first round knockout. I haven't seen that in a long time,
Yeah.
Can you speak upon that?
I was a little afraid because, if you think about it, people come out and they spend their hard-earned money on a fight and they want a little bit more, right? But they were so happy with that body shot, and they didn't think, well, maybe he's taking a flop, because he was really in a lot of pain. So I'm happy about that, because I was like, man, this can't happen, even though I can't tell him that because it'll mess with him a little bit. But I was happy, man. I was happy to see everybody happy.
Do you think
Wait.
this
Speak
officially
this guy with the microphone here.
Oh, go ahead. Well, then you next.
do you think this officially mean that all roads to 147 go through Errol Spence now?
Well, I mean, I don't like to think of ourselves like that, but I think that in some sense that may be a reality, but it won't really happen like that until we get more titles, I think. So I don't want to even say that, because I'm not that type of guy to put myself in a situation like that. But I think that when he gets one more title or two more titles or three more titles or whatever the case may be, I think that'll be the case, But until then, I won't really even call it like that.
My question for me: how big a deal is it to get into that?
Man, I don't know. I'm turning my phone off. I'm sorry. I'm listening.
This is like a little sample of how it's going to be at AT&T. How big it is to be one day walking 80,000 people. Y'all make that walk down that aisle that y'all made today at the real Cowboy Stadium.
Hey man, we're gonna have to have some serious security out there, because you can't even really get back and forth to the locker room. So it'll be great though. I mean, I think it's great. It's always great to have reception from hometown, people from all over coming out and support, and it's beautiful. Jeff,
Hey, Derek, congrats, my buddy.
thank you, appreciate that.
Hey, I've seen you guys work in the gym. You train with the world champion and Jermell
Yeah,
Charlo. They
yeah.
were both in camp together,
Yeah.
which is pretty much unheard of. When you come out to a fight like this, or any fight, knowing what you prepare in the gym, is it almost like fight night is just fun for you, or is there still a lot of stress going into it?
No, man, it's like you can't live your life like that, thinking that nothing is, it's an easy day, because it could be a tough. He could land a good shot, so you got to be really kind of conscious of that. And I was really cognizant of that, to say, make sure you cover up, make sure when you throw a shot, because you never know what he's gonna do. Because like we all say, there's not a lot of video on the guy, so he could do anything. And that's what my big issue was. Like, make sure we keep it tight when we mix it up, one shot at a time. Because, you throw 2, 3, 4 shots, you might get caught one in between. So it's one shot at a time. And that's kind of what he did. Landed the one shot and then threw another shot. So, but it's I don't like to look at it like that. It's scary out there, because you never know what the guy can do.
And real quick, I know you and EJ are both even-keeled guys. You don't get too up, too down. But, fighting in Dallas, did you and EJ have a moment after the fight, just being two Dallas, homegrown kids?
Well, it's funny, because when he came back to the corner and I say, I told you it was gonna be the middle shot, right? And he was like, yeah, you said it. And he kept doing like, yeah. I was like, yeah, it was it. So that was really the shot, and that was kind of our moment, because I don't really celebrate. So I just kind of keep moving. You can't. I don't think I've done anything yet to celebrate. So we got a lot of work to go.
Ego.
You're right, man. Before tonight, you guys fought Peterson in January,
Yeah.
and you had the Peterson fight. Did you feel Errol is getting stronger because he's fighting more active? For the Kell Brook fight, you had about a 9-month layoff, but him fighting frequently and kind of getting back in there, is that making him a stronger fighter? getting 2, maybe 3 fights this year?
Well, I don't think it makes him stronger. I think it may keep him a little sharper, and keep his focus on boxing a little bit more. But I think that his strength comes from his understanding of how to rotate and put the power on the shots. So when he has that, so and he rotates pretty well. I mean, you notice that body shot was kind of like was real good. But the 2 fights this year earlier, with this one included, keeps him sharper, I believe. And so we'll get one more in the end of the year, and hopefully it'll be Porter and Garcia to win that fight. But I don't know. I mean, because it could be. But who knows?
How do you take that fight? Who do you think is going to win, Porter Garcia, and how does your fighter do against the winner of that?
Well, I'm always choose my guy first of all, but I think that I'm just going to look at it as a fan. I'm not going to really get into it about who wins because it doesn't matter. I mean, it's whoever wins, they'll be the best guy from that and the WBC champ. So I look to get another green towel. How about that?
Coach, you're a former fighter yourself. What's more gratifying, winning a fight or training one of your fighters to win?
I think to help somebody fulfill their desires and become a champ is great, or better than me winning a title. So, I mean, I think when they win, I win in a sense, but I don't look at it like that because it's always better to help somebody else. So it's good. That's good.
I have a question. Going into this, thank you. Going into this morning, Derek, what do you do to stay under 10 pounds? Like, are you in charge of it so the fans at home can understand the 10-pound?
No, he's smart enough to know because it's a rehydration period. I think that people misunderstand that with eating. Hydration is drinking. So I mean, you don't drink 10 pounds of liquid. You just drink enough to get you hydrated and keep you mobile. And then he eats a little bit, but not a lot. Making the weight was not a struggle because normally he makes the weight he's like 4 to 5 pounds within the weight a month out. So he makes the weight pretty easy. He doesn't no struggle, no issues at all. So he wasn't drinking 10 pounds of liquid because he's still in the he can't get that out. So take the drug test.
A light question. You went 12 rounds last week. You went 1 round this week. What did you do wrong last week?
Hey, we wanted it too much. You know what I'm saying? hey. That guy was tough, man. What you talking about, man? He's a former champ. Listen,
absolutely.
If you think about all the people that he fought before, they didn't really beat him like that because he really didn't try to engage. He engaged with Hurd, and he was beating Hurd. I mean, he engaged with Jamal, and, it was a pretty close fight. So he fought Canelo, he fought Cotto, he fought all those guys, but with Jamel, he really didn't try to engage. I mean, I don't know why, because I know he's a much more aggressive fighter than that. But, he knew something that we didn't know.
Any more questions?
Uh-oh, what we got? It's my man.
Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Can you line up the top 5 best body punchers in boxing right now?
Right now? I don't know, man. I really don't watch boxing a lot, man. I watch the good guys, so it could be Regis Progress is good. Yeah. Errol is good. I think Crawford knocked people out with some body shots. I think gotta say Ward, even though he's not active, but he's within the last year or two. And I don't know, man. I mean, Lomachenko landed a good body shot. I did see that fight though. 'Cause I really don't watch a lot of boxing, but I did see that fight. That's 5. That's 5.
One of them was retired.
Huh?
I said, but one of them was retired.
Well, yeah, one of them was retired, but he landed a good body shot last year. So I'm trying to think. It's kind of hard. Like the heavyweights need to pick the game up. The light heavyweight guys need to be more, more body shots, more. But yeah, it's good.
Is Errol the best of all of them?
Body shots? Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, he throws so many of them. He's committed to it. So that's the difference from throwing a body shot and showing a true commitment to it. Because he's a guy, if he sees something, he hits you. And if you say, okay, and if he doesn't get a reaction from you, he's like, I'm gonna get a reaction from him. You notice he threw some body shots, he kept throwing them, and he threw the right one, and it was a direct result from the knockout.
How do you and your team stay so calm? Is it the Olympic training? This was a big moment, hometown fight, main event that he had never had. How do you guys stay like cerebral and calm in that process?
I just think we try to just be, humble, man. I mean, we're very fortunate, very happy to be doing what we're doing. For me, I realized this week is that when people come up to you, I can do it like 4 or 5 shots. When it gets a little bit more than that, I kind of get a little shy. I don't know how to act after that, So I think that we're still getting adjusted to this situation, and it's pretty difficult. It's not easy. So I think that's what keeps you just low, because you don't really want to, I told you the other day about the feeding people. I would rather feed 1 million people, and that would make me happy, and I would kind of be a little, up there arrogant then if I was feeding people. But this right here, this is kind of what I've been doing since I was 5 years old. So it's easy. I was in the gym with him, and he was amateur and I was pro. And we sparred like when he first started boxing. I was working on my defense.
That's my second question.
No, yeah.
How did y'all do in sparring?
Yeah, man, we working on defense. But then we kind of like over time, I saw his dad at a boxing tournament, he was fighting. And I told his dad, I said, look, he keeps throwing the same punch over and over. And his dad was like, man, yeah, I know. Do you think you can help him? And I was kind of out just from that. And he would come to me because he had a trainer. I would kind of like be a tutor. So he'd come to the gym and he started winning U.S. championships, all these tournaments. Then it was kind of from there, the dad wanted me to be more part of it, and that was it.
How many years has that been? How many years is that?
9 years this summer. So yeah, it was like he must have been like 17 or 18. So yeah, it was 9 years this summer.
Does back-to-back, I'm sorry guys. Okay. Does back-to-back wins with 2 perennial top 5 pound-for-pound fighters make you the leading candidate for Trainer of the Year?
Hey man, I don't think about that.
We got to start the campaign. Y'all got a campaign in the gym.
Well, you're right, but you know what? Like what I said is that I did it last year with the Ring Magazine thing. So it's kind of like you've done it. It's not about me anymore. It's about them. Regardless of what I win, if my guys are not looking good, then it doesn't matter. I mean, like I said, you see guys who win it, and then you don't hear nobody talking about them anymore. They take on 20 people, 40 people. You can't train all those people, so they start chasing the money, and they start believing that they really are better than they really are. I know that you're only as good as the time you're able to spend with the guys, so I'm not going to get out there like that. I did it already. So, I mean, if I win it again, I win it again. But my guy's not looking good, I'm not going to be happy about it anyway. So,
Hey, Derek, what did Jerry Jones say to you guys after the fight?
I mean, he was kind of just like, he was congratulating us and said he wanted an autographed glove, so I got to send him a glove. But that was it. That was about it. He wants us to come back. He likes the reception everybody gave us, and that's a pretty good deal.
He is the first guy, the first world champion to defend his title here at Dallas in 50 years. A first-round destruction of Carlos Ocampo as he elevates his record to 24 wins, 21 of those by way of knockout, 11 straight victories by way of stoppage. I present to you the reigning and defending IBF welterweight champion of the world, Errol the True Spence Jr.
Stand down.
It's cold in here, man. Yeah, I'm still wearing my stuff because of my sponsors and didn't get enough TV time, so we're gonna give them their money's worth.
Can we have Errol at the finish stand up at the podium? Errol, do you mind? Put me on the spot. Thank you. It's hard to see you behind that podium.
Oh yeah, for everybody. I appreciate everybody coming out, especially everybody waiting on me for my take my drug test and blood test. But it was a great showing. I'm thankful for all the fans that came out, all the reporters, and just showed a lot of love and support. And, especially coming out, that was a great moment, just seeing a lot of people in the crowd, and everybody was genuinely, happy for me and happy to be there and, spend their own time and their money just to come out and watch me fight. So that was a dream come true, especially, my hometown crowd to have this type of attendance. And I like to thank the Dallas Cowboys organization, too, for for the support and letting me use their arena and give me all their resources. And the fight ended real early. I thought at least it was gonna go into like the 4th, 5th round. If he would have got up, I probably would have carried him into the to the 4th, 5th round. But it didn't happen like that. I was kind of disappointed. But I didn't take any punishment. I can still come back this year, so that's a good thing. And it's only up from here. We're gonna keep doing great events. And like I said, I just appreciate everybody for showing their love and support.
Hey, Errol.
Appreciate that.
Errol, over here.
Where? Oh,
Hey, congratulations on the knockout.
thank you.
I think we saw in the first round what we saw, so I want to ask you about, you always get asked what's next. I know you were vocal during the course of the build-up to this fight of wanting, either Garcia-Porter winner or one of the unification fights against one of these other guys. I know that's what you want, but how realistic do you think that you can get one of those fights this year, particularly the winner of Garcia-Porter? Because they're going to fight end of August. They don't necessarily fight that often anyway, so you may have another fight before you could get the winner of that fight early next year. So have you thought about that at all, about what you could do next if it's not one of those guys?
I'm probably gonna fight later on this year, most likely, especially not taking any punishment tonight. So it's definitely gonna happen. But the unification fight with Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, that definitely gonna happen too. It should be probably first quarter next year. They fight, like you said, August, September, so they probably take a little time off. But, it's definitely going to happen. Then we got Keith Thurman supposed to be coming back this year, too. So that's another unification fight that I can have, and it's easy to make, like I've been saying. Same manager, same network. We do business with the same people, so it's an easy fight to make.
But if it's not going to be the next fight this year and you have to go and fight somebody else, have you given any thought? I'll give you an example. I saw Ugas fought on the undercard tonight. The reason I mentioned him is because he came over to me after the fight and for some comments, and he said he would love to fight Errol Spence and show what he can do. He's been waiting on a world title fight. He was one name that was out there. Who else is out there in your mind, and is Ugas a guy you might be interested in?
Ugas a good fighter. But like I said, I want big names. If I was looking at somebody, Jesse Vargas would be in front of Ugas than anybody. So, like I said, I'm looking for big names. I'm looking for world champions and guys that I can build my legacy on. And no disrespect, Ugas, he's a great fighter, and he's ranked in IBF, so I'm gonna have to fight him. But I'm looking to build my legacy, and me beating Ugas not gonna get me anywhere. Not him to give me any advice. But he congratulated me. He said I can use his facility for anything, anytime. I can come back anytime I want to. And, that's great because I want to make this an annual thing where I'm coming back and I'm fighting. So, it's great just to have that support from Jerry Jones and have that support for the whole Dallas Cowboys organization, something that, I grew up watching them and grew up admiring them. And, now they're coming to my fights, they're supporting me, and, they know who I am.
Congratulations, Errol, on your victory tonight. Happy, Father's Day as well. 3 years ago, I remember you were at the Bomb Factory. You had, 2,000 to 3,000 fans screaming, "Man down, man down." And with you knocking out Ocampo in the first round, you had over 13,000 screaming fans. Can you explain the feelings and the emotions that you felt during that time?
It just, basically trusting the process and, the hard work paid off, man. The hard work, the dedication, the sacrifice. And, a lot of times, you think, something's going on outside of boxing and you're in the gym training and your friends having fun. It's a lot of events and activities you can't go to because you're training, you're dedicated, and, just trusting the whole process. And I remember when I was fighting in front of, 2,000 fans and, 1,000 fans, and now, I'm packing out the arena. So, it's a great moment, and, I recorded it, so definitely gonna go back and look at it and just, hopefully it all sink in probably tomorrow when the adrenaline comes down.
Leading up to the press conference, Ocampo and his team said, they weren't impressed with the facility, they weren't impressed with the Dallas Cowboys, that they were coming to knock you out. How would you rate his power?
He didn't have any power, but I knew he would be nervous because, I mean, having all your fights in Mexico, and I'm sure he fought in a small venue, and then, you know, to get a call to fight in front of, 14,000 fans who's going against you, that's a big test. And, I just felt like he was nervous, and, it happens, and I'm sure he'll be back. He's a good fighter, but, he wasn't on that level tonight.
Hey, Earl, TBA Boxing Talk, Money Brown TV. Do you think with the performance that you put on tonight that you sent shockwaves to the rest of the welterweight division?
To be completely honest, man, this is something I was supposed to do. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I love being 100 with the fans and love being 100 with the people. It was something I was supposed to do. I'm a pound for pound fighter, and I fought him because this guy was my mandatory, and the IBF, called me to fight this guy. So, I did what I was supposed to do, got him out of there, looked impressive, and, we really don't take anything from this victory. We're going to stay focused, probably take 2 weeks off, and then we're going to get back in the gym and practice on things and, sharpen up our tools.
EJ, congrats.
Appreciate that.
So, Derek, being your biggest critic and your coach, said that there is something that he can work on from this fight. Do you feel like you did everything right in this fight, or when you get back to training that Derek's going to find something for you to improve?
With Derek, you never do anything right. That's just the way he is. Like he always say, he's like, I'm not gonna tell you what you're doing right. I'm gonna tell you what you're doing wrong, so we can correct it. So, he rarely tells me what I'm doing right. Even when I got my hands up, I get frustrated at him and sparring because he's like, keep your hands up, and I'm like, my hands is up. He's like, I'm just telling you just to make sure she wouldn't drop them. So. That's what you want, though. You want somebody who's not, in love with, what everybody's saying or saying you're a great fighter, you're a perfect fighter. He's more focused on, molding me into a better fighter. We can always work on something. We can always do this better. We can always do that better. So, that's what I want. I don't want to, I don't want to coach as a fan. I want a coach who's gonna, work on me and sharpening my tools and always looking at the stuff I can do better.
Derek is a true teacher more than a trainer, and you guys did something that not many, fighters do. You were in camp with another world champion in Jermell Charlo. What has that been like, and then how did it feel being on the same schedule as him for this homecoming fight?
With that, man, that's a perfect matchup because a lot of guys don't get to spar, world champions close to their weight class, and then like I said, iron sharpens iron. So, it keeps you focused too, because if you come lacking Monday, Wednesday, or Saturday, those sparring days, you're gonna pay for it, me or him. So you're gonna train hard, you're gonna stay focused, and you're gonna pick conditioning up. Because if like I said, if you're lacking in there, he could have a great sparring and beat me up, or I could beat him up because we didn't do what we were supposed to do in the last training sessions.
And I got one more question. You and Derek are the perfect match. Neither one of you...
You're not perfect.
not perfect, but imperfect, perfect.
Yeah.
But neither one of you get too high or too low. You guys are two of the most even-killed guys there's out there. After this fight, though, Derek mentioned, you guys had a moment, and it was really when... You said go to, the shot up the middle. What was the celebration like after this fight, just in front of your hometown fans? And did you have a little bit more excitement than normal?
Yeah, I had a little bit more excitement than normal. It was satisfying. especially, going, overseas and fighting. And after I won and I looked out in the crowd, everybody was gone. Like 30,000 fans. As soon as I beat Kell Brook, I turned around, looked up, man, the stands, everybody was gone. Like they just ran out the building, So it's satisfying just to see my fans, cheer me on, and especially when I was walking out with my belt and everybody, trying to touch me and give me high fives and congratulating me. Man, it's a great moment, and once the adrenaline wear down, I'm gonna reflect on it, and it's memorable, and it's really history.
Congrats, Errol, on the big win, man. In boxing today, we don't really see too many fighters go to the body and make that commitment to the body, man. Talk about your pride and your concerted effort to going to the body against your opponents.
I've been doing that since the amateurs. That always been my style, to go to the body. Even, when I was amateur, Olympic trials, a lot of the amateur coaches try to, stop me from going to the body. You need to go more to the head, but that's how I break opponents down. And, I used to do that in sparring a lot, in sparring and in my amateur fights, breaking guys down to the body, and I knew it had an effect on them more than a headshot. It's hard to recover from a body shot, than a headshot. So it's just something we always worked on. It always worked for me. And, I think I'm a great body puncher. I might change my name to the Body Snatcher. So.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.